Why did he have to die in his sleep without even saying a proper goodbye? As early as 10 years old, I was diagnosed with asthma, and I was just there, could not shout, because I literally did not have friends. I told myself, Priscilla, you have problems. So as we were about to leave, he was not leaving, so I said we should enter.
Enter where?
His car. It was like I was begging for my life, because literally I was begging for my life. In my head, I'm like, you're a pastor. You literally met me when you were doing evangelism, so why are you doing this?
Priscilla is strengthened. Hi.
Hi.
Good afternoon. My name is Ayobamji. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. My name is Priscilla Williams.
Okay.
And
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I think I would like to first say I'm a child of God.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm a girl child mindset advocate.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm also an executive virtual assistant.
Okay.
And I'm building a brand around storytelling, like
Okay.
script writing, video production, and all of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well done. So, what would you like to talk to us about? Do you want to just give us an idea? Or it's a surprise?
It's not a surprise. I would say my journey so far, since I was young,
As a girl child?
as a girl child, and loss, and my health.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Okay. Okay. Well, welcome to Open Conversations.
thank you.
And are you ready?
Yeah, I
You
think
sure?
so.
You're ready.
So. We
Okay.
never know until I start.
I'm sure you're ready. So you can
Okay.
just make sure you don't fall asleep. Oh yeah, she's supposed to pull that. Okay, Priscilla. Is it Priscilla or Priscilla?
Priscilla.
Priscilla. You didn't correct me. I would have been saying Priscilla.
I wasn't paying attention. I do pay attention, maybe because of how I'm feeling, so I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. So hi, Priscilla.
Hi.
All right. So, would you like to take us through what you want to talk about with us?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You can look up to the camera if you're more comfortable that way.
Okay.
All right.
I can look away sometimes, right?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so I don't even know where to start from because I've been trying to think about it, right? But I think I'll start from the latest. I lost my dad in February this year.
So sorry about that.
And it was like, no, it's not happening, because it was the beginning of the year and there were a lot of plans, right? And I had a lot of questions to ask. I think for a long time I kept asking God, why? Why did he not die when he was sick in 2013, 2020? Why did he not die at the period where he wasn't able to talk or move? Why did he have to die in his sleep without even saying a proper goodbye? And it spoiled a lot of my plans, right? And it didn't make sense to me, because 2025 was that year where I was really hoping for a lot of things to happen, and I was really looking forward to taking care of my parents. For context, I'm the first graduate in my family. I have two older ones. First one to go to the university to finish, to go to NYSC to finish. And in January, I finished my NYSC. I went home. I showed my dad my certificate. And he was so proud of me. Like, I can remember his smile and the way he walked me down the street. We live in a very small street. it's GRE, right? But our estate is a very small community, like few people. So he was so proud to walk me down the streets. So just wait for someone to see me and say, my child was finished at NYSC. So him dying about a month after was like, why can't he just wait and start eating the fruit of his labor? Because growing up, I went through a lot, from sexual abuse to being sick back to back. I remember as early as 6, 7, I already knew the way to the nurse house that takes care of me. So my dad was always traveling when we were young. He was a present father, but his work always makes him travel. We goes for like few months and then he comes back for few months. My mom was always at home, always taking care of my other ones. So anytime I'm not feeling fine, the nurse house is just like the backyard of our house. She just tell me to go there. I already know what I want. She just give me. As early as 10 years old, I was diagnosed with asthma. And the kind of asthma that I had, you would think I had TB. I remember I was going to a Christian secondary school and my dad was not around. So I think our driver carried me and my mom. So that morning I had woken up in the middle of the night. I was my parents' favorite. And not to like make the other children feel less of themselves, right? But I needed more attention because I was always falling sick. So even when my dad is not around, I sleep in my dad's room with my mom. So that night my dad was not around and when it was falling, fan was on. It was the master's bedroom, right? And it's there with my mom. And I just woke up, started vomiting blood and coughing. It was strange because my mom was like, in Yoruba, she was like, Kitulele. We've not sorted out the other things that we don't even know what's wrong. My mom tried everything, tried hot water and rub. First thing in the morning, I was taking my bath, and then my mom was taking my bath for me. And then I fainted in the bathroom. My mom was like, my dad was not around. So we went to the school, and the principal of the school was a doctor. So it was easy. So they did scan. And because my dad was rich, so you know when you go to a school and so they respect you. And so they gave me attention. So quickly there was a scan done and all of that. And so the doctor was like, it looks like TB, because my mom was like, she was vomiting blood and all of that, and I could not breathe. Once I cough for like 10-20 seconds, I can faint. I was so fragile. I don't even know how I became this big in stature. I was a very fragile girl. And we got the result and they were like, it's asthma. So in my head, my mom has never even heard of that before because it was like, asthma, okay, what's that? But as young as I was a very smart child, very, very smart. So in my head, I was really like, so what do I need to do and all of that? But I don't know, because my mom said that when she was pregnant for me, she had a lot of prophecies about me. People that don't even know me before, my parents, they said, this child you're carrying, you know, she's a glorious child and all of that. We used to say it. So after I was diagnosed of asthma, I, went about the day. But then I could not eat the food my siblings were eating. If they want to eat rice and plantain. When they're frying plantain, they're giving me boiled plantain. They're frying fish, they're giving me boiled fish. Even egg. I couldn't eat fried things. I couldn't stay in the parlor. So, because we had two parlors, so when my siblings are watching TV or the main show, I'm in the small parlor because I cannot be around dust or anything that would be allergic to me.
Trigger you.
Started getting isolated. and it affected the way I also related to people, because I remember I was in GS1 at that time, and because of how frequent the crises were, most times inhaler wasn't working, so I go into coma often, like back to back. So sometimes I can be eating outside with my siblings. Our compound was big. I can be eating outside with my mom, my siblings, and then I would black out. And the next thing I remember is I'm at the tap side. My mom is like, "Otu fins, can you come?" And it didn't all make sense to me at that time, because I was thinking, well, I'm just a child. Maybe I'll grow and all of that. But then, even at that time when I was still in GS1, I remember times where drip was in my hand and I have to go to class. I was a very strong girl, so they said, or so I saw, because why would I just have a crisis and I want to go to class to have tests? I remember a particular day where they grounded me from coming to class because they needed to take care of me. Our school had a clinic, so I think I just blacked out and drip was in my hand, and I told the nurse that I wanted to go and use the toilet. And then I entered the bus, because where our secondary school is different from where the nursing place is, the sick bay. And so I entered the bus and we dripped everything in my hand until one teacher saw me and she was like, "Go back." So I tried to fight it. I didn't want to be that sick child. But on the other side of it, or let me say the flip side, as early as 7 years old, I was abused by my aunt. So my parents used to go for one training every weekend. So once it's Friday, my dad comes to pick us, drops us at a family member's place. I don't want to mention it. And so when they drop us there, we'll be there for the weekend, and my parents will come and pick us back. And we'll go to church with them. Then, in fact, this thing I'm about to say, I didn't remember it. I don't know if that thing is true, but there's a way your trauma makes you start forgetting things you don't want to.
You locked them away somewhere.
Yeah, because I remember that it was when I started my healing journey in 2020, 2021. All thanks to a spiritual guide then, Pastor Okwe, and he was one that helped me remember. Because at that point, I thought it was the abuse that happened when I was already of age. That was what I was remembering. I didn't remember when it actually started happening. So she would play with my private parts, try to just have something with me. But I was really very young. So when my parents come and pick us, I just go back home. So when my parents stopped going for those training, when they were done, in my head I was like, thank God. I couldn't talk to anybody because I was still battling with not feeling fine. Like, I'm always not feeling fine. So how do I want to start expressing myself to say, this is what I'm always happen every weekend when I go to this family? Please. And so, that same GS1, 2 girls would come and meet me in the toilet and start playing with my vagina. And I was and I want to emphasize on that, I was very fragile. So fragile to the point that 2 guys were fighting, and one guy mistakenly just hit me and I fainted. They even almost expelled the guys because all the teachers treated me like their child. Because I was very intelligent. Even with the fact that I was missing class, I was second position. I fight second position with the guy that was always first. So I'll take first, he'll take second. These girls will abuse me. There was a day that I don't know what was happening, but boss was about to leave, and I was the only one in class. I think I was about to have crisis, and this guy came, and I was just there. I could not shout, I could not cry for help, because it could trigger my asthma. So when my mom and my dad said that they won't take me away from the school to another school that has better quality education, I was like, thank God, I'm leaving the environment. But I didn't know I was going into something else. So I think my first week in that school, I was a very fragile girl who don't like looking for trouble, just there. So my dad would come and drop me. When he drops me in school, first thing I would do is to eat. I was living on drugs. So I wanted to eat my breakfast that day and use my drug. And one girl said, they said everybody should go out and sweep. And I said, I cannot sweep because of dust. The guy didn't even answer me. He just went out to speak to one popular woman in school. And the woman called me out. By the time she called me out, already time for assembly, she told me to lie down on the floor. She beat me till I fainted. And I went into class. They carried me. By the time I woke up, I was in the sick bay. I was like, first week, nice one. I went to sick bay. And so my journey through secondary school wasn't so bad, but it affected me. I realized that academically I was going down. Okay, fine. I wasn't that bad, right? And so I thought that, secondary school, when I'm done, I'll just go to university and all of that. I did my WAEC. I passed. Did my exam, I passed. But I didn't see one subject in my WAEC, so I had to wait another year to do another WAEC because my parents really don't believe in ECO and all of that. So I applied for another WAEC. So on the day of mathematics, I didn't do well. I didn't know what happened, but I started crying because everybody in that center knew me. Like, this girl is very intelligent and all of that. So I went to a corner and started crying. So the external invigilator now saw me and called me and said, what happened? I said, I didn't do well in my mathematics. And I said, don't worry. I'm staying around this place. He mentioned an area. Come, let's talk. Let's see how we can solve the problem. I was very naive, right? And I even told my dad, that I spoke to the invigilator and he said I should come. My mom was not around that period, she traveled. So my daddy went out and then maybe my dad did not even get what I was saying, right? Maybe he would have figured. And unfortunately, where the man was not staying is not far from where our house is. I just went there. And when I saw the man, I was still going, good morning, sir, all of that. And I was like, good morning, let's go inside. And the time I started looking around, everywhere was silent. And then he said, this is my second house. Okay, second house. So what's up? Like, what's going on? At that time, I think I was 15. And so when we entered the compound, I was not reluctant to enter. So he was like, no, come in. Hey, don't talk about your maths. You said you didn't do well. And so we entered. Everywhere was dusty. It looks like nobody was living in the house. And then he said he wants to sleep. I said, go and sleep now. Like, in my head, I was like, go and sleep now. I'll stand. But you won't talk about mathematics. At that point, I already knew that something was fishy because in the space between where my aunt and those girls abused me to that period, I thought that, okay, I'm over and all of that. Like, I'm free from people who just want to just have their fun. And Sha took me inside and then started saying a lot of things, trying to distract me. The rest is history. My dad called that day. I think that was what that saved me, like, partially. And I ran out of the house. Like, I literally ran out of the house. And at that period, I wasn't staying at home. It was around that period my dad started getting sick. So one of a church member who my parents respect suggested that because of my health and my academics, like, it's really good if I should come and stay with them, since my dad wasn't feeling fine and it's going to distract me and all of that. So I went to stay with them. And it puts me in tutorial. I was going for tutorials and all of that. The house and the tutorial place is very far. And for someone who wasn't always on her own, so I have to take back to the place. It was in Shagam. I grew up in Shagam, Ogun State. So then the wife started treating me somehow. I won't lie. I wasn't entirely being maltreated, but I wasn't treated perfectly. So she gave birth and all, and there was this Sunday where she just gave birth, so I had to stay with her. In my head, sometimes I used to ask, am I here as a maid or here to study and go to school? Because the whole thing was blur, like the lines were thin, like it was actually going on. But I don't like confrontation. I don't like confronting people. I don't like asking questions. I told my mom that I don't like this place. Not because I don't like the people, but the way they are is not. So this Sunday, I think she was staying in the hospital. They told me to go and get fuel. So I went to get fuel, and Winners Chapel, they were doing evangelism. So there was this pastor and his members. They were preaching on the street. So they stopped me. They're like, why am I not going to church? I said, I go to church. I'm a Christian. But my aunt just gave birth, so I'm going. I said, she had tried to preach to me. I know the way they preach, and then they collect your number and all of that. And the man messaged me that Sunday. I said, Pastor, this. I said, okay, follow up, right? This man messaged me, would check on me, say thank you, sir, and all of that. He would pray with me. And mind you, I grew up being isolated. It wasn't intentional, but because of how I grew up, I didn't have friends. In fact, most of the times when my primary school friend sees me, they say, hi Priscilla, I'm came from this school. I'll be like, I can't remember you, because I literally did not have friends. Like, so the man always checks up on me and all of that. So the man will say, what are you doing now? I say, I'm preparing to go to school. I have my work, but I just need my biology. They didn't release my biology result and all of that. So most times the man will come and pick me at my tutorial, pick me and my friends. I'll tell them that this pastor, when you feel like, you have found someone like a pastor who you can talk to. And one day came and said he was come and pick me as usual. And then I called my friends and I said, no. Don't bring your friends downstairs. And so I entered and I was like, okay. And then I was just telling him how the lessons were going and all of that. I was preparing for JAMB already and all. And as we were driving, I think I don't know how to give the description, but we're driving an highway, and I just realized that this man was speeding when it was almost the place where he always drops me. He drops me at my house. That's how, there was nothing to hide, right? So as he was speeding, and I was like, sir, you're forgetting. And as I was saying, sir, you're forgetting, and then he just locked the door. He didn't even answer me, there was this speed, and I even took and just went. I was like, sir, where are you going to? He didn't answer me. Then he's stupid. Before that day, I don't think I've ever been in that side of Shagam. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on. And then when we've left the vicinity of my surroundings, and he said, we're going to my house.
His house?
How? Why?
For what reason?
And at that point, I told myself, Priscilla, you have problem. I started considering myself as a problem, because why me, my hands? Like, why? But at that time, I didn't know what was going to happen. So I felt, okay, let's calm down. Maybe he wants to go and pick something new.
And then we'll bring it back.
And drop me. Then we got to his house. He said, for sit down in the car, he's coming. I was becoming nervous. I was becoming uneasy. I was just like, what's going on? I didn't know the surroundings. I didn't know anywhere. So I was like, okay, let me just sit still. Don't let me be negative. And then he came back and he said, let's go inside. I was like, okay. And he didn't even waste time. He struggled. Oh God, it was a struggle. I didn't know where I got this strength from. I was fighting him. He pushed me on the chair, in the 3-seater. I was fighting him. I was just like, sir, please, sir. I was begging. I begged. It was like I was begging for my life, because literally I was begging for my life. Don't do this to me. Like in my head, I'm like, you're a pastor. You literally makes me when you're doing evangelism. So why are you doing this? So I went to school. But I became a loner. I remember when I was in 100 level, people said that you don't smile. You're very beautiful. Smile. You have a beautiful smile. I'd be like, I think I was not even up to a month in university where, because of me, a lecturer canceled the class because I fainted. And I'm like, God, why? I don't want this kind of stigma. I just want a fresh start. They didn't even give me my course that I wanted to study. They gave me a Greek. So in my head, my daddy was like, just go. You do another jump, and then you process it while you're still in 100 level. But along the line, I fell in love with the course, because I had people who were also not interested in the course and wanted to find a way to build a career around it. So as I was battling with asthma and having crises over and over, because you know how Nigerian university can be stressful. I was trying to build myself, trying to prove myself right, that you can do it, you can be a better person, like you can be great even though you've gone through a lot at a very young age. I go to church. My life was a triangle. I go to church, I'll go to school, I'll go home. I don't go out. My 5 years in school, nothing happened. I was so happy. I was like, maybe you're not the problem after all. But I was still timid in a way, because it really changed the way I see people. So I write a lot, right? And I remember that those times I used to write that the sign of love was danger to me. So if you extend a hand of friendship, I would literally look at you and say, what do you want? You're a pastor, you're a friend, you're anything. I'll just look at you and say, what do you want? I only had one friend. Her name is Adiola. Like, I had other people, but like when you say this is your friend, and even before I could go to her house, because true. I've experienced with females too. Yeah. So I was really, really careful. I locked my windows. I checked my doors every time I want to sleep, because I was scared. Nobody was around. It wasn't where my parents were. It wasn't where anybody I knew was. I was just being careful. So the only thing they knew me as was Priscilla was asthmatic and all. So I decided building my career. I said I wasn't going to say my course, but I didn't think I already said it, so it's fine. I started building my career around what I was studying. I started going for conferences, going for workshops, you will see that, I really want to be a great person.
Take your time.
I'm sorry.
Take your time. It's okay.
I joined associations for, so that I can get recognitions, when people start seeing that you're getting involved and all. And COVID came. And I just saw one of my friend's status. She was in a program. And it interested me because at that point too, I had met, I think, the Commissioner of Agriculture in Ogun State, and she had, kind of guided me. I went for a conference, I think 1 week conference. She came. She kind of guided me and, spoke to me about how I can become a better, build a career around it, different niche that I can build around agriculture. And I was already, finding my pace. And then I saw this my friend's status, and I saw, oh, this is very interesting. So there's this part of agriculture that it's this exciting. And so I told her that I'm interested in applying to train. And so I applied and I got the training. And it was COVID period, of course. So my daddy was like, you're not going to go, it's not safe, and all of that. And I tried to convince my mom, because they said when you can convince your mother can convince your father. But actually I was so angry. He said, if you go, that I'll just someone that he was still angry with me for still staying in that course. So I went for the training. It was a 1 week training. I went there, as ambitious I was. I stayed with a stranger. I posted on my WhatsApp status. I was like, I have this training, so place. I don't want to mention the place because the person is very popular. I have this training, so place. I need a place to stay just for 1 week. And someone reached out to me and said, I have a friend, I can speak to her and all of that. And I did the training and I won a grant. I think I was in 311. The first person I called, of course, was my dad. And he was like, I'm proud of you. And I was like, oh, someone that said he wants to disown me. So I started building a career around that niche. So I started shuffling. So I got a job. So the grant requires that I get registered. They will register for me. They'll get my CAC. They'll build my brand for me. Invest in the business. And then I started making my money at that time. So I was shuffling school with that. So I would go, there was different towns. So sometimes I would go there, all of that. So the person that is in charge of the training, the person in charge of the training, yeah. So I was going, I'll go, and then he told me one day, someone I also respect in the sector, in the agricultural sector, wanted to launch a book. So I was excited, but I was still a student, so I wasn't familiar with Lagos. So, but I didn't say anything. I just, kept quiet. And this particular person, that we are under, that we're training under, because even with the grants, I still have to train under him. And I was not the only one. We were other people. So he called me to his office and said, I'm going for this book launch, and I know that this is your mentor. Would you want to go? You know now, proud mentee moment. Like, I want to be at my mentor's book launch. I was like, yes, I want to go, sir. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving by so time. We're going to Lagos by so time. So meet me at this place. I was like, okay, sir. So I met him. In fact, I went to, because I was already earning. So I had my money. I went, after work that day, I went to get a new outfit. Because I was a female, but I wasn't a female. Like, I wasn't particular about my looks. Because I used to feel like it's my looks that makes people attracted to me. People, I'm the problem. I have a problem. I define myself as a problem. Because,
You're not a problem.
So, I went to get outfits. I remember that I stomped through those markets. I was just looking. I was so excited. I didn't even get what I wanted, but I knew I got something. I even bought extras for other days. I didn't realize that because of the kind of person I have now become, at that time I was popular, at that period, that I would start going to events, to start calling me for events. And I was trying to, how old was I? I think I was just 19 to 20. We went for the event. I enjoyed myself. You know, took pictures with my mentor. Not the person I went to, though, like my mentor. And took pictures with his own mentors too. You know, that kind of proud moment. And then we were about to leave, we were going. And he asked me, hope you enjoyed yourself. I said, yes, I did. Thank you so much, sir, for that. Do you even know? I didn't know that you knew that I was my mentor, because I also, you know, I don't talk. I don't interact. People used to complain, you don't talk, you frown a lot. As we were coming, he started asking me about school. I was answering him. He said, you need to build your CGPA. I said, yes, I'm working towards it. So 100 level was really rough for me because of change of environment. I had a lot of crisis. Yeah. So he asked me about school, and I was like, oh. And then he told me that I need to build my CGPA. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'll build it. I was saying 300 levels. They were like, you still have 2 years, you can build it. So in my head, I'm like, oh, this man is actually nice. Yes. Like, okay, so I can maybe not tighten up too much. It was like I was still way ahead of myself. So I shared a bit of myself, because he didn't really know about me, because it was just, I came for a training, I won the grant of 500K to build my business and all of that. So, or to start a business around that, so that I can build it, and when I'm done with university and all. So he started asking me some questions, and I just told him I'll build it. Like, he said, you have 2 years to go. I was like, yes.
Because you were 300 at the time?
Yes, I was like 300 level.
Okay.
So by the time we got to, like, you know, when you're coming, it's not Lagos, right? But I don't want to say the town because it's popular, right? And so let's assume we're coming to Lagos. Maybe when I get to Beggar. So let's say I'm supposed to get down at Beggar bus stop, because where it's going to is a different place. And I'm like, I'll be stopping there, sir. It was even a filling station. I was like, I'll be stopping at that filling station, sir. I was like, oh, yeah. No problem. And like, you even affirmed that. Yeah, I know. Because that's why I picked you. Like, that's the kind of response you gave for that. I know. Let me just quickly go home. I need to buy fuel. And I just sat down there. I was like, you see, don't be negative. So I was saying to myself, don't be negative. He wants to buy fuel. And maybe drop me at a place that won't pay me. In my head, I was just giving an excuse. It was a battle. Shout, scream, open the window. You've experienced it before. This is a sign. I was just there. And so he drove. Literally, it was not far. I was like, okay, maybe because that is not far. So when we got there, I think he parked outside. And in my head, I'm like, you say you want to carry cake now. So I didn't even give him any face. I was just there. And so he went inside and said, come now. I'm like, no, sir, I'm fine here. And I'm like, no, sir, I'm fine here. Are you afraid? No. And then I got down from the car and I was shaking. Like, you could see me shaking. And I was just begging God that I don't want it to happen again. So he went inside. I said, I thought he was scared this man wanted to carry. We started going from one place to another, going from one place to another. And then he came and he grabbed me up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I was pushing back. And then he grabbed me back again. I said, why are you scared? I'm not going to do anything for you. Don't be scared of me. It's me, oh. And I'm like, yes, I know it's you, sir, but I'm not comfortable. That was the first time I'd ever speak of how I feel about a situation. And I was like, I'm not comfortable.
That's how he was holding you.
He was like, oh, no, don't be scared. This man is... As at that time, this man was... if not 30 years older than me. So, I was struggling. It was a struggle. And then he moved my head up. I looked back. He moved it up. I said, you don't want to kiss me? And I'm
Jesus Christ.
Sir, like, I don't understand. Like, how? So maybe he felt like, oh, it was so early for him. He let me be that day. So when I got home that day, I was staying with someone because, of course, it's not a town that I go to school and I come to that place, stay with a friend of mine. So I told a friend of a friend, I told him, I said, this is what is happening. And he said, don't be alone with him again. I was like, it's not even business that we used to have. Like, that's the longest I've even spoken to him before. So, I went to the office the next day on a Monday. Monday was fine. Tuesday, everything was going on well. Just realized this man started complaining about a lot of things. Complaining about my work, complaining about everything. I was like, what did I do? Then one day, I was late. Sometimes we work late because we deal with crops, right? So we work late into the night sometimes, like maybe 6, 7. So I just finished in my own space. So I was going back to the office to pick my bag and go. And I realized that even the other people too were there. The other ladies too were there. Them two were just about to leave. So as we were about to leave, he was not leaving. So I said we should enter.
Enter where?
His car. So we entered this car. He dropped the first person. He dropped the second person. And as he was about to drop the third person, that's when I realized that my house was the last house. I think I was sitting at the back. I can't remember, but I should describe to him where he was. Of course, he knew he was going to drop me because he has picked me up there before. And so he was like, "Oh, where's your house exactly?" So I now described it because it was late. So it was like, he would drop me somewhere that it's just a taxi that I'll just take to my house. So I was like, "Thank you, sir." And then we got to, as we were going, he now jumped on a call with his mom. So by the time we got to, we're almost at the junction. I told him, that junction, sir, it's fine. He didn't answer me.
You didn't stop?
He stopped, but he didn't answer me. He was not speaking to his mom. I now dared to open the door wasn't opening. And then he drew me again close. It's the fact that this man uses violence for me. And he drew me and he kissed me. And then I was like, "Sir." And then he said, on the contrary, it's too late for you to be walking alone. Let me take you to my house and you sleep over. And I'm like, "I'm fine, sir." He was still on a call with his mom. And this man just did a U-turn. And I was like, "I'm fine." Like, I was literally saying it. Even I didn't care that I was on a call with his mom. I did not care. I was like, "Sir, please, this is bus stop. It's not far. I'm fine." He said, "No, it's too late for you to be going, oh, this is and that." I'm like, "Just stay in my house. You sleep in my daughter's room. daughter. So you have a daughter. So we go to his house and I texted a friend. I typed, I need help. I deleted it. I said, who would believe me? So I told myself, Priscilla, it's just one night. You would enter, you will lock the door, you will not sleep. So I entered and I locked it door and I was like, I wanted to message my friend again or call someone. I couldn't, I didn't know how to say it and say, what if I'm exaggerating? Like, I started doubting myself or doubting, like, just shut up and calm down. And then, I don't know what happened. Trust me, like, till today, I used to feel like, is that an extra key? I don't know what happened. I knew I locked that door. And I knew because I told myself I wasn't going to sleep. I slept on my laptop. I was trying to keep myself awake. And then I opened my eyes. It was in front of me with noodles. And I was like, he made noodles for me. I said, thank you, sir. Hey.
Was the daughter in the house?
No, he stays alone. The daughter was staying with his mom. My instinct was telling me the food was dropped. But it wasn't. So I ate the food. To not go out to put the bed. I didn't know, of course, I don't know the house. I don't know anywhere. I was just there for a long time. Fast forward. I went to sleep. The night went well. I said, thank God. I was looking at the time, 1, 2, 3. Around 4. I heard him wake up. And then he came. He knocked my door. Oh, God.
So this time it was locked properly. And he knocked. What was he looking for?
He came.
You opened.
I opened. And I stayed by the door. I was like, sir, good morning, sir. And I was like, we need to start preparing. I said, okay, sir. I'm awake, sir. And then he entered forcefully. And then he pushed me on the bed. And I said, sir, please. Sir, please don't do this. I begged. Say, why am I behaving like a child? It was at that moment I knew that I couldn't survive in this sector. Because literally, this man is the reason why I have a business of my own. This man was strong. He was very strong. I was begging. You know when you beg and you lose your voice? To the point that my heart was now the one begging. It was like I was talking to, please don't do this. And it was done, he left. So I just lay down there. The whole journey from the house to the office was a very silent journey. I just stayed there. So when I'm always in town, there's this church I used to go to, the student fellowship. So on a Sunday, they invited an alumni to come and preach. So as I was preaching, I just felt led to speak to the man when I was done. God bless Shayo Paul. Shayo Paul was the president of that fellowship that year. So I spoke to Shayo Paul and I said I needed to speak to this man. I spoke to him. I said I need help. Because literally I started hating myself. Because I felt like I was the problem. I thought of running away. Now, at that moment, I didn't even knew that I was going to leave the career. Because in my head, it feels like I've started all over again. So I went to Ibadan to speak to this pastor. And it was one that helped me to. And I told him everything. Found out I wasn't the only one that this man did it to. I wanted to take it to court. I was broken. So I went to Ibadan and I spoke to this pastor about it, and I just told him everything, and because I started hating myself. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Because since I was 7, what? And so they said that, in fact, I wanted to, we already spoke to a lawyer, actually. And they were already looking at how we can, maybe sue him. But we had it in mind that he was a very popular person. Like, he is a popular person. And even till today, when I see his post, I'm like, can't you guys see the kind of person that this person is? Like, is literally idolized. People respect him. And I found out I wasn't even the only one that did it.
This person you're talking about is a pastor?
No. He's not.
It's just a popular person in the agricultural field?
Yeah.
Okay.
So long and short, I didn't think I was maybe bold enough to, charge him. So I remember that night after we talked, the pastor and his wife, we spoke over the night to try to, what can we do? But they prayed with me first and tried to help me because they were suicidal thoughts. I was beginning to feel like I'm a big problem at, it's myself. I did self-harm. Oh my God, I harm myself a lot. And I'm always anxious when I'm with people. I can eat my nails to the point that I'll start seeing my flesh. That's how anxious I can be, because once I see people around, I'm like, who is there to put my life in danger again? So we slept over it. They suggested that we need to speak to a lawyer and all of that. But in the morning, I was like, so I went back to work. Tried to live a normal life. All of a sudden, I didn't exist to this man again. When there's opportunities for maybe traveling, I'm not involved. So many things. And I started like, wow. The only thing that kept me going for the little while I was there after the whole thing was I started thinking about my future. Like, what will people say if I don't have a life? Like, I need to build a life of my own. I need to become better. I'm not going to allow all the things I've gone through to hold me down. So there was a pressure. There was this pressure that I've always had. The pressure like tripled. I'm like, nah. But after a while, I realized that there was no way I was going to succeed in that career if I'm still under him. So I literally ran away. I still have my documents. my register at CAC and all of that. People used to ask me, what happened? Why did you leave? You just left like that. You're not even serious. Only if they knew.
Sorry.
Only if they knew how it was difficult to start all over again, a different career path. And I realized that I now hated people more. I didn't even know which one I hated more, if it's myself or people.
I'm so sorry.
So I started all over again. I went back to school. Of course, I was still in school, right? But I went back to school not knowing what I wanted to do again. I explored some things while alone, but it wasn't it. So I told myself, there's no time to waste time more. You have to give yourself break. I started applying for other things, training, because trust me, I wasn't only in that sector. I was doing other things, training myself, projects and all of that. I'm a very smart girl. I'm not even shy to say it. If I start something today, if I tell myself I'm going to do it. So I told myself, I started looking at some career path that I can go into. People said a lot of insensitive things to me. I was in one association and I was already getting global. They were about to even bring me, I think, to Switzerland. But I had to leave the sector. And every time I remember that, it's because of this man. Because when I look at the other people that we started together, by normal order of things, by now I should have a car. I should have a house. Like, I should be very, very comfortable. So I had to leave. When I was done with school, I had to come to Lagos. I felt that I needed to come to Lagos. I got a job while I was still a student. Came to Lagos. I was cutting with my brother, but it wasn't convenient. I had to move in with a friend or a colleague at work.
Did you ever speak to any family member about all of this?
No.
Till this moment?
Well, I think the first time I ever said anything about my abuse was I shared it on Facebook. My mom saw it. And so she was really pained. Because to her, it feels like she has failed as a mother because she left us there. But it wasn't her fault. And so my healing journey started after I met this pastor. It really helped me. I used to go to their place, but speak to more like a therapy section. And I found purpose. And I'm not even going to lie, the journey has been hard. When I started my NGO to advocate for girl child, I was still healing. No, it didn't make sense to me because I was like, what do I want to be doing? But I knew that I didn't want anybody to go through what I've gone through if I have the chance. So I started in 2021. I've written 3 books. I've tried to prove so many things wrong. Not because I want to prove it well, but because I want to tell a story. People still say insensitive things. You just left psychotic. You don't even know what you are doing. Only if. When I see some of my friends making money, doing everything, traveling out, it hurts. So I was still on Instagram, was it 2 weeks ago? I saw a friend of mine who, if we look at it, I'm like a senior colleague. If I'm still in culture now, traveling. And this man is progressing. And it's paining me. trust me, I've forgiven him. Ah. There was a phase in my life where God even took me through a kind of pruning. He told me to message the people I can message that have abused me. And tell them I've forgiven them. I was like, me. Forgiving him, but I don't think I can ever forget. I feel like if something bad has not happened to him, I won't be happy. Because it's me, I'm struggling to find my path. Struggling to make ends meet. I mean, it's one of the reasons why my dad's death is really painful, because I really wanted to take care of that man. I really do.
I'm really sorry, Priscilla.
Starting all over again. Trying to build something with no support. I was speaking to a friend, 2 friends, between yesterday and I was like, pray for me. My faith is on the line because I'm tired. Priscilla is tired.
Priscilla is strengthened.
They didn't work as prayer today, and I did not join because I was a sense of prayer. Like, we're talking about justice. Like, I want justice. Like, I want to see this man, this particular man. I want him to feel what I'm feeling. Only if he knew that it's because of me, because of him, I left.
First of all, I'm really sorry that you had to go through all of that, Priscilla. Nobody should ever have to go through that. To the point that they don't like to see themselves in the mirror. They don't like to look at themselves. No girl should have to go through all of that. Not one of it. And it's only fair to seek justice. But again, I'm really sorry you had to go through all of that. But I want you to know that you're not a problem. Yeah, you're not a problem. Those people are the problem. You were just innocently living, and they, being the demons, were the problem, not you. I know mere words cannot just, switch it up on you, but over time, when you hear it over and over again, and if it's possible, if it's something you can write, you say it to yourself. It's like a confession. I'm not a problem. I'm not a problem. It's just really unfortunate that it had to happen to you. And I'm really, really sorry. And like you said, I counted it when you said Priscilla is tired. I said Priscilla is strengthened. And I really want to say thank you for this. Will definitely be amplified, because we've seen and heard stories. And this is very close. I don't even know, because what path are you in right now? That's the storytelling that you were talking about.
Yeah. And I love what I'm doing right now, to be honest.
You love it. I was going to ask you.
Yeah, because I realize that it's inbuilt, right? It's natural. I like talking.
Mm-hmm.
I really like talking. I like managing things, like projects.
Putting things, okay.
I also like doing it for people, which is why I'm also like a VA, an executive VA.
Okay.
So I work, that's my 9 to 5, try to build in that. But I'm also building a brand with my best friend. It's called Elevate 365. So we're trying to help brands tell their story in general, depending on kind of story you want to tell. I'm trying to also do some freelance production manager, project manager, depending. And sometimes people reach out to me to write script for them. I'm still trying to find a balance between everything.
Of course. And you will find that balance. And every plan, every vision, every dream that you have will definitely come to manifest. Definitely, by God's grace.
Hopefully.
Oh, by God's grace. It's not hopefully. It's yea and amen, you know. At the beginning of this, I was asking, why you know, your look was, but now I think I understand. And I'm really sorry again. Because out of your innocence, you just wanted to just live life, I'm really sorry, Priscilla.
Thank you.
You deserve the justice and justice you will have. We both serve a God that doesn't sleep nor slumber, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah. I believe.
No, don't. It's not me. You should believe. You believe God.
Believe.
But I'm telling you, I know it might be hard, but don't.
It's very hard because even in trying to help younger girls, I still have my own struggles.
Yeah.
Just trying to find peace. I did the 3rd edition of my physical conference in October. And in planning a lot of things, planning that conference was a struggle because I had personal issues I wanted to sort, why am I planning a conference for girls when I've not even finished healing or finished sorting out myself? They said there's purpose in pain, right? And there's beauty in every story.
Yes.
Remember, even after every conference, people always reach out to me. Your story inspires me. People would message me on Instagram and say, I want you to be my mate. I'm like, I'm still going through a lot though. Only if you knew how I cry every night. The thought of coming here alone yesterday made me cry. Because this is the first time I ever tell my story in this way. And I knew that anybody that watched this video and knows agriculture will know what I'm talking about, and I'm scared. Because when you know influential people, you know influential people. So, I hope I'm safe. So well and good. Someone asked me if I'm ready for this. I said, I can know.
It's about time, isn't it?
I had to call someone who went into the industry because of me indirectly. And I thought that he would watch a video very soon. And I'm going to talk about this person. I don't want you to be surprised. Because I know you respect this person. She suspected. You will know. You'll see the signs of those kind of people. You know.
Personally, I'm proud of how you've been able to turn all of this around to now be an advocate of this terrible thing going on in the society. And personally, from me to you, I'm super proud of you. I know you get to hear that a lot from your friends and people around you, but personally.
Thank you.
And thank you for this. Must have been a hard conversation to have, but thank you for coming up here to talk about it. And personally, I pray that God will continue to strengthen you to do bigger things and fulfill all the visions and dreams and everything that God wants you to be. You will be them. You're not alone. And you're loved. All right? Thank you so much, Priscilla.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I hope you feel better a little bit.